Good morning to the honorable judges. It's our honor to introduce to you our innovations, the VRM apps, an innovative way in teaching and learning risk measurements. We are lecturers from Polytechnic Kuching Sarawak, and our team consists of Dr. Luis, Cik Zaina, and also Encik Hamdan. The pedagogy on risk measurement tends to emphasize teaching a formula and intensive practice with performing risk calculations. Past study has shown that visual representations have a significant impact on the brain as it can capture the image faster and help to retain information for a longer period of time, and that visual objects are more effective than the auditory objects. And in an associative learning paradigm, simultaneous objects presentations seems to strengthen the learning process. Our problem statement is that visual apps are gradually less employed from primary to tertiary education in Malaysia, and hence the needs to adopt visual apps in teaching should be introduced, especially in finance education that requires understanding of concepts which are difficult for the students to comprehend solely by linguistics. We employ visuals to show how risk is measured. At first, if a boy is selected from Group A, how certain are you that his weight is 70 kg? You will be very uncertain as the boy's weight are much different from the mean 70 kg. What about Group B? Yes, your uncertainty is much lower as you can see the boys in Group B are close to the mean 70 kg. Hence, the risk that a boy being selected from Group A is 70 kg is higher. Many students merely memorize the formula without understanding the concept truly. We explain through diagram how the formula of standard deviations is derived. The VRM technique has been inverted into the VRM apps, which employs the element of visualizations, gamification, intensive exercise, and also mobile learning. The VRN technique suggests that using visual representation in teaching results in a more effective learning and enhance the learning performance. In terms of novelty, to our knowledge, this is the first innovative pedagogy that adopts visual aids in showing the concept of dispersions and how the level of uncertainty of the risk can be measured by standard deviations. In terms of creativity, the VRN technique begins with a visual example that is easy to understand and enable the students to see the concept of dispersions and its relations with uncertainty. And lastly, in terms of applicability, lecturer can make explanations easily using VRN technique on whiteboard or through digital application. The VRN technique induces effective knowledge transfer and leads to deeper understanding for a longer memory. One class of 26 students was selected randomly as the experimental group, while the other class of 24 students was used as a control group. The experimental group achieved a remarkable higher mean score, 91%, than the control group, which is 48%, especially the questions how could standard deviations be used to measure risk. This shows that the experimental group could really understand the concept as compared to the control group, which merely memorized the formula. The percentage of students who can understand the concept of standard deviation increases from 19.2% to 96.2%. And almost all the students strongly agree that the VRN technique are easy to understand and capture their attention, and helps them to learn and understand the interrelationships between data dispersions and the level of uncertainty, as they could see the relationship from the visual apps. And it also helps them to remember the formula, which is to figure out the deviations of the data from the mean value, and it fosters the interest and reinforce the learning process. An assessment was also conducted in the following session after the semester break to test the learning recall or the information store. The experimental group demonstrated a remarkable higher mean, 96%, as compared to the control group, 30%, attesting that the VRM techniques stores information in long-term memory. The VRM techniques and VRM apps has been introduced to 2 universities, 9 polytechnics, and 2 secondary schools. A research paper entitled Visual Risk Measurement VRM and Innovative Way in Teaching and Learning Risk Measurements has been published in the International Journal of Society for Educational Initiative. And we have also been awarded a gold medal in the International Action Research Competitions 2022 for the Higher Learning Institutions category. Thank you very much for watching this video.